All right, it shows live uh, on my screen. This is the first time that I've live streamed using the Google Hangout actual screen built into YouTube. It's actually pretty cool, but if anybody's joining me, no, I don't see any viewers yet, but uh, now I see two. So welcome inside the Mind and Matt for another live stream on a Sunday afternoon. I have with me uh, Dan from Tesla Filament. Now, Dan, I asked you this question earlier, and you never. I kind of caught him at a weird time. The communication was, I guess, kind of got lost going across the seas. But he's actually at his home instead of his lab. But I asked him if you would consider yourself the owner or the founder, or I mean, what is your title at Tesla Filament? Welcome,
Well,
Dan, everybody.
I was there. I was there when it started, and I pretty much I was the guy that set up all the machines and got them to actually work. And but I'm not. I work there. I'm not one of the owners.
Okay. Just I'm glad we cleared that. So Dan is my awesome contact at Tesla Filament, and he's a huge fan of Inside the Mind of Matt, and he he's reached out to me and allowed me to test his product and print with his stuff and make videos about it. And so say hi, everybody, to everybody, Dan.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Inside the Mind of Matt.
So it's actually my time is 7 o'clock. So your time is, or 1 o'clock. I'm sorry, but you're 7 hours ahead of me. So it's like 8 o'clock your time.
Yeah, it's 8 o'clock here.
Okay, and you actually live like uh, an hour away from where you actually work at.
No, it's actually about 25 minutes drive, and not very far away from Tel Aviv city. And I live about in the middle between Tel Aviv city and Jerusalem, so it takes me about 25 minutes to get to work every day.
And would you say that you love your job?
Oh yeah. I work in Disneyland, man. I I really wish this kind of job for everybody. You would love it.
So um, you're a maker just like us. You get in there. You've built machines. Uh, you tweak them. You calibrate them. You're just like us, where you get up, you put your shoes on, you go to work, and you work with 3D printers. Though.
Yeah, that's right. And basically, all I do all day long is set up printers for customers and testing our filaments. Testing the batches and checking that everything is okay, color wise, checking that everything is running smoothly, and putting my stamp on it, the QC stamp. And it's pretty cool. I can print anything I want without any limitations.
And do you actually have like a part in the actual ingredients and putting it in the machine and watching the filament get pulled out and rolled up and stuff like that?
I get involved in the R&D that basically composes the filaments, but I am not the guy that runs the machinery. We got other people to do that, but I do come every morning and check that the first how to say, the first few spools are perfectly calibrated and everything is okay, and then I just go to my own workspace.
Okay.
That's why you got to call me the other day. It was, I think, 6 a.m. in my local time, and I was already there. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that almost every morning.
We actually had like over an hour conversation and kind of
Yeah.
setting this whole thing up and getting a plan as far as what we were going to do, and then just kind of chewed the fat and kind of got to know each other and a little bit of the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
So I know that you sent me. You would consider it some newer stuff in your line of filament.
Yeah, I believe you got the new blue color. We call it well, you you recommended to call it what was it? Topaz blue, right?
Topaz blue, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, Matt. We already printed the labels, so I
No,
I went back. Yeah, I went back
I'm
to.
actually printing with it right now.
You
If,
are.
yes, right here. Can you see?
Uh, oh yeah, I see it. Do you like it?
Um, and I like it. The sky blue is definitely a good name for it.
Yeah, yeah. And it's the third blue color that we have. We also have a lighter one and a darker one, and uh, I believe you also got some. No way, is that a flute? No, can you play it?
Uh,
Oh my god, amazing!
this is the Tesla blue.
Wow, that's really nice.
This is the Tesla yellow. This was the first
Nice.
successful print that I got off of my CR10 after I fixed it.
Oh, it was on the CR10. Good.
Yeah, yep. So if you were watching my live stream yesterday, I actually had put the CR10 board back in to the CR10 from the ramps that I converted it, but the firmware that was in it, my all my motors were in the opposite direction, and I mean I could have gone in there and messed with the connectors, but I ended up uh, finally putting the bootloader um, with the help of TH3D um, Studios. He's got a web or a YouTube channel, and he does everything 3D printed. He makes his own bed leveling system and stuff. But a couple of his videos helped me get the bootloader on, and I was able to get my version of Marlin on it. And by the end of the night, it was printing. So,
Good, good.
and I figured the first thing I had to do was, a kind of a boat and test out some Tesla filament, and I broke out the new roll and kind of videotape it because I'm going to make a video about it, of course. So, let me check the chat real quick and see. I got Mike Whaley said hi,
Hey, Mike. How are you?
and let's see. Pretty much a skewed view 3D is here. Um, I don't know if you've checked out his channel, but he's subbed to you. He said he does. Um, his goal has been three designs a week that he's making, and he's printing both out on the TiVo and the Prusa, and he puts them out on Thingiverse, and kind of
Yeah,
a
I see
cool.
some guys from my country. I see Liran Choval. How are you? He's a good buddy of mine, and very nice to see you there.
Nice.
Another guy, I think I think his name is spelled. Oh, I know who that is. His name is Yossi Guetta. Dan, you're the man. Thank you.
So some of the other things that you're kind of getting into is some of the flexible stuff I see.
Oh yeah, yeah. We just recently, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, we released the TPU, and I believe all customers are very, very happy from the composition of our TPU. Many people are printing phone cases. Many, many different really fun accessories, and here is yours. I can't wait to see what you're going to print with that.
Now, now, do you have other colors besides the green?
Yeah, we've got purple, red, black, gray, blue, and some others I'm forgetting. Basically, like 11 colors or something like that. You can check all of them in our website. We just recently got everything photographed and looks pretty cool.
Now, what do you use to print flexibles?
I'm using the ANET E12, and which is pretty much like your CR10, and they're clones of each other. And I'm also using Atom 2.5 EX. It's a Delta, my personal favorite, and it's working very, very smoothly. I've got reports from people and many, many tests I've made. I think it's a very, very successful TPU material.
I'd like to throw out a huge thank you to Askewed 3D for that super chat at $20. He says, "Keep kicking arse, Matt." Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Oh! Here you see one of our fans. Best TPU I've ever used. Thank you, Liran Cheval.
That's awesome. I'm actually so printing that stuff. Is there a special extruder that you guys use, or?
No, we use basic equipment to check the filaments. Otherwise, we could not know if there is any problem with our filament. So we must use standard equipment, and we also use an equipment that doesn't have any upgrades. So because we want to be able to see everything. So if we would use upgrades, then it's no good.
So basically, somebody with just a regular setup, the way they print with PLA or PETG, they could just throw this in there and it should feed.
Yeah.
Well, I have exactly that set up, so I will be the one to testify to that. So we'll see.
I'm very curious to see your reaction when you will use the TPU on your CR10 for the first time. Just keep it at about 15 millimeters per second, no retractions, and about 210 Celsius should be perfect. No need any other special setting.
But what about a cooling fan?
I used it. I mean, you do whatever you are used to do with other materials. I mean, you can test and see, but I would definitely use it.
Okay, now do you use a cooling fan with PETG?
Absolutely. I use it at about the 10th layer, and I put it on the max, and no problem.
Because I print PETG with no fan on the entire time, and
Yeah,
I
you can do
get
it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm just curious because potato, potato, tomato, tomato, fan on, fan off. I'm curious as to what other people do, and either sometimes they have success and sometimes they don't, and it's
Well,
so different. Go ahead.
yeah, what I usually recommend people when they buy our PTG is uh, uh, do whatever you are used to do with PLA. Just change the temperature in the nozzle to about 220, and your heated bed about 60 to 80 degrees. Everything else is exactly the way you are treating PLA. So retraction settings, cooling settings, everything. And usually it's good advice.
Okay. And see, I've had good luck with PTG slow
Yeah.
and hot and no fan. And I use Tesla goo, and it holds my PETG down to my glass like no tomorrow at 50
Try,
degrees.
try Tesla Goo with ABS on an opened printer. You'd be surprised.
Now, I'm not a big ABS fan. I do have a couple of small rolls. I did just get sent a roll of somebody else's to test, but, you know, it's one of them things I haven't really printed a lot, but now that somebody sent me to test, I'll probably have to do that. But I actually have a bunch of bed adhesion stuff too that would you be opposed to me putting your stuff in like a lineup of other bed adhesion, kind of like a goo print off?
Absolutely, no problem.
Okay. Because there is so many different things coming out now these days,
Yeah,
whether it's, just a mat itself, or now they've got sprays and dabbers and this, that, and the other that, just to
absolutely. I can
market,
guarantee you. I can guarantee you get the first layer porn every time.
Well, it's whether or not I get last layer porn.
Sorry.
Now, the key first layer porn is great, but when you get last layer porn and the print's complete and
That's
it's
right.
stuck to the build plate the entire time,
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Goo print off. Yeah, he's got it. Somebody put it in chat. A goo print off.
Yeah,
Perfect name
these
for a
guys,
video.
these guys are VIP customers. I love these guys, and they know their stuff. I mean, um, they wouldn't say that if it wasn't absolutely the best. But hey, can I have one of those?
Not allowed to smoke at home.
No.
So, I know you have a bunch of deltas, and you have the E10. Can you tell us what your favorite printer is?
Without thinking too much, that would be Atom 2.5 EX. But I've had all the evolution of Atom since the first one. They have been an amazing development company, and I I even I can tell you very soon they will issue the Atom 3, which will have both FDM and SLA technologies mixed together. They already released some kind of a teaser about it, and I can't wait to be one of the first to try it, as always.
I'm just doing a little share here real quick. Make sure that my tweet gets out and people know that we're out here. So, anyways, so if anybody in the chat, it looks like we've got like 9 people watching. Is there anybody that has any questions that they'd like to ask Dan, whether it be about 3D printing or filament, or I mean, Dan's actually a designer and pretty savvy now. What CAD do you use? Fusion 360 for all your modeling that you showed me the other day?
Never used it before. I only use SolidWorks. I was using AutoCAD for many years, but then I found about SolidWorks, and then I could not go back, and I wouldn't change it for any other software. I just love it. It's like an extension of my body.
Well, that speaks a lot then, because
Yeah, yeah,
I've seen guys with these programs that they're sitting there and just doing all this stuff and moving just fluently. And for me, I'm still kind of a noob at Fusion, but I'm getting better. But I'm no fluent like you guys do.
yeah.
So that would actually be a pretty good uh, line of videos for you there, Dan. A little SolidWorks tutorial.
Yeah, I try to put a little bit in each movie I make for YouTube, but I can't seem to post more than 1 or 2 movies per month. It's just it takes so much time, but it's
Well, I'm glad that you say that, just so that you're validating the fact that I've got a buddy of mine who's been trying to start a YouTube channel, and he's a melter, and he finally got a 3D printer, and it's been over a month now, and he's been struggling, just balancing his life, and incorporating all the new stuff that he has to learn with 3D printing, and then trying to learn all the stuff he's got to do for YouTube on top of that.
yeah,
It was a plate that I really didn't realize how full it was going to be, and I've lost lots of sleep and spent many of hours and been late for work and just trying to get content up. It's a sick uh, desire and obligation.
yeah, yeah. People don't know that for a 20-minute movie, maybe you spend 5 to 10 hours editing. It's it takes a lot.
I have spent, very many hours. I try to time it, but then, if everything's going good, then it's great. And right now, I don't know what I did to my computer. I deleted a bunch of things and then tweaked a bunch of things. So right now, it's working good. So I get into my workflow and things are pretty good. So looks
Yeah.
like you got some people saying, hey in chat. Yoshi is here.
Yossi is it's like Joseph, but locally we say Yossi. Um, hey, cool. Hey, Dan. Yossi is here, but who is YDDF24? Who are you?
That must be his YouTube channel name or his handle.
Yeah.
Hello, Red Light. How we doing? Welcome to the stream. Now, if you had to walk up to the shelf and pick a box of filament off to make a print, what material is your go-to?
Definitely PTG, my personal favorite. I love this stuff. It's amazing. It's like PLA on steroids. It's amazing. The results that you can get from PTG is amazing.
And Red Light, to answer your question, you were here for the live stream yesterday when I was working on the CR-10 and couldn't get it working. I finally did. So that's my CR-10 printing in the background. And then in the corner there is my ANET A8.
You call it Mo, right?
No, Mo is my my Maker Select. And so that you understand, I got him from a yard sale.
Really?
What do you do with the yard? You mow it. He's
Oh,
mow.
I got it. Okay.
And not M-O-E, it's M-O-W.
Yeah. I got it now. So
You
that
know,
was your first 3D printer?
no, the ANET was my first one. And then I bought that one off of the virtual yard. No, actually, I bought Yolanda, which is my other, and Yolanda. This is inside the mind of Matt right here, guys. So Yolanda was my YOLO purchase. You only live once, right? I walked into the store, I spent $300 and some. I walked out with a 3D printer in my hand. Okay, so it was a YOLO purchase. So YOLO, Yolanda, there we go.
I've actually made my first one, but my first purchased one was FlashForge Creator Pro.
Okay, and you said you built it from a kit?
No, not the FlashForge. Before that, I had the one which I made by myself. I think you call it Core XY, right, or something like that.
Yeah, that would be where just kind of the head moves back and forth and the bed just goes down, up and down.
Yeah, pretty simple.
So how is from the viewer's point of view, this is the first time that I've used the Google Hangout. How is the video and the audio and everything? Is it coming in crisp and clear?
Well, Matt, I can tell you that I'm using my iPhone to talk with you right now, but and I'm holding it up. But the conversation between us is perfect. There's no lag, nothing. I can see you so clear. But I'm also watching the live stream on YouTube.
And it's almost instantaneous, isn't it?
No, actually, there's about 10 seconds delay.
Okay.
I don't have the audio on, but there's about maybe we can test that.
Yeah, I'm actually watching it on my iPad over on the left too, so that's pretty cool.
Look, I'm passing my hand, and then
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, about a 10-second delay.
Yeah. By
That's
the way,
great.
how do you control when people see me and when people see you, or is it random?
At this point right now, it's voice activated. So whoever's voice is picked up the loudest actually gets the screen. I can actually click
Really?
on it. Yeah. So I captured it last. Now you got it. So somebody asked me a question in chat. Clive Rogers. What I ended up having to do was hook up my Arduino Uno and load a bootloader onto the CR-10 control board. I was told that there was already a bootloader, but then what was happening is I kept timing out when I was trying to send it to the Marlin sketch to the actual control board. It kept timing out, and somebody told me that that's a pure sign that there's no bootloader. Put the bootloader on it, my Marlin firmware went right on, and I had to do a couple switching of the directions of the way the steppers were moving, but finally got it up and running and printing. So it's been printing all night, actually. Dan, you are such a perfectionist, it says. Is that true?
I try.
Well, I try to always do things the best that I possibly can. So I guess that would make me a perfectionist too. So
Oh, I have a question for you. What is IT moms?
inside the mind of Matt.
Oh God, come on! I didn't guess it. I was thinking it's something that you're donating to a mom's group, or I don't know. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry.
When I was
Go
at
ahead.
Murph, and once I had the second prize winner, I just kind of like spread my coins out on the table at that point, and people could just walk by and take them. And it was funny because I kept getting all these females, older women, mature women.
Way to go!
Uh,
Way to go!
they kept walking up and grabbing it, and they're like, I'm an IT mom, and I'm like, hey, you know, and to me, it's like, when I spelled it out, it's like it mom. I love it mom. I learned something at it mom. It mom loves you. We all enjoy it mom. You know, those are
I
30
got
seconds inside the mind of Matt.
it. Yeah.
So let me ask you this: is the black frame rimmed glasses just the look of today, or
Well, I've been using those glasses for I don't know, like 5 or 6 years. I love them, and I have been thinking about printing my next frame. I've actually posted a question on the 3D Printing Club just the other day. Maybe you saw it about did anybody successfully printed a glasses frame and got it to get the lenses fixed inside. And I think only one guy replied that he actually did it and it's perfect. But it's definitely something worth trying.
what kind of material do you think you'd use for that?
Mm, I think I would use PTG again. My answer is PTG because if you take a PLA material, especially for the what do you call those
The
the
bow.
handle, yeah, yeah, yeah. So if you take a PLA material for that and you try to bend it, it will break, but PTG will bend. So that would be my choice.
Now, have you guys thought about doing anything with ASA?
Um, no. um, but we are trying to get something called polyester elastomer. Do you know what that is?
Not like in my book of deck. No.
It's basically something equivalent to the TPU, but the shore is 65 to compare with about 90 on the TPU, and you can get a much better detail level on that material. But maybe next month or so it will be out. Still testing it.
That's cool that you're actually, testing stuff and not just putting stuff out like that. And you guys have a whole line of, I mean, nylon, PETG,
Yeah.
ABS, TPU now. You guys got some wood, some glow in the dark stuff. Hey, let's talk about the glow in the dark. Now, we talked about it a little bit. You're saying that yours is not abrasive, huh?
Sorry.
Your is your uh, glow in the dark? Would you consider it abrasive or non-abrasive?
Mm, not.
So you've printed some on and just a regular brass nozzle, and you don't have any wear and tear and stuff like that from extensive printing.
No, but as I told you before, we test everything on regular nozzles, regular printers. If it doesn't go on on a basic printer, even a $200 printer, if it doesn't print the filament, I don't give it the QC signature, because I mean, the low end printers must be able to conveniently use the filaments. If you need to upgrade your printer to use our filaments, then I'm not doing a very good job as a CTO, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I mean, that's the key is to, when people say, I see posts all the time in the Facebook groups, and what kind of filament, what kind of filament, because, and everybody's always looking for cheap, you know.
Yeah, well, many manufacturers, they use recycled material inside the filaments, and many of them even mix materials to get maybe different coloring or some effects. But we only use virgin materials inside the filaments. Many people ask me, "Hey, I've got like 5 kilos of failed prints. Can I bring them over for recycling?" I say, "No, I'm sorry, man. We don't do that. Uh, we just put virgin materials inside." So I think quality is a very, very important issue. If you want to have a long-lasting experience with your customers, then quality is a very, very important issue.
Absolutely, because there's nothing worse than getting a roll of filament and then getting halfway through a print and it fails. I've actually had a roll of filament from one of the local places. They sell MG chemicals, which is from Canada, I guess. And
Yeah.
I had this one roll and it just would not print. It was like wouldn't go through my Bowden tube. But then I took it out and I put it in my direct drive and it printed with no problem.
Yeah.
And your tolerances, you're like you said, you're in there, you're printing with the stuff. So if it's not working for you, then it's not going out. So that's
That's
cool.
right. There is no batch that I don't print. So actually, the batch doesn't get packaged unless I printed it myself. So, for example, if we do, I don't know, like 500 kilos of a batch of your beloved PLA Blue Sky, then at least 1 kilo from that batch was printed by me before I even gave the okay to package it. And it's just waiting inside a dry room to be packaged, maybe 1 or 2 days, and then we pack it.
So can we talk a little bit about the process and stuff when you guys you're making it? What's a run consist of? How many rolls come out of a run?
Well, we use a 65 millimeter diameter extruder, approximately 8 meters long, and from there it just goes inside a water tank, which is temperature controlled, and the main trick is to get the filament pooled at the precise, not pressure, the opposite. How to say? You,
Vacuum?
yeah. Not vacuum. We have to pull it, and for example, if we pull the filament too fast and too strong, then the diameter will be smaller. But if we just let it flow, the diameter will be bigger. So many people think that the diameter is controlled by the nozzle size. It doesn't.
No, it's actually controlled by how
By the
fast or how slow you pull it.
Yeah, and the temperature of the water that it comes out inside too. So basically, once you get that done right, then everything goes smoothly. And we do have mm, uh, uh, an optical system that measures the filament as it goes out, and it automatically adjusts the pulling strength. So if there is any need to do it faster and stronger, then the machine does it by itself. So it's
Yeah, I've
pretty
actually
pretty
watched a
nice.
guy that was trying to make a filament extruder himself, and I started following his channel as a result of it. But he's kind of veered away from it. But that was one of his problems was, you know, setting up a caliber system that would interface with the motor in order to speed it up or slow it down, depending on and working out all that algorithms and this, that, and the other. So and it's a process. I know. I worked in a PVC manufacturing plant where they made PVC pipe, you know, that I
Yeah,
use to, you
it's
know,
the same. It's the same basics.
yeah,
But the PVC pipes, they use a shaped nozzle. Sometimes it's round, sometimes it's a rectangle, whatever. But they also use what I just explained: the speed and the pressure that you put on the extruded plastic really affects the final shape.
Now, there's somebody in the chat asking about master spools. Now, I actually asked Dan this question the other day in our little private conversation. Dan, would you like to elaborate on why master spools are, well, why don't you just tell us what your thoughts about master spools are?
Well, we tried it, and honestly, guys, it takes a lot of manual labor to put the zip locks, zip ties. How do you say it?
Zip
Zip
ties?
ties, right? Yeah, to put the 3 or 4 zip ties on the filament and then to vacuum pack it without the spool holder. It just takes so much manual labor over an automatic system that we already have. So, hey, Matt, I lost you. Hello? יואו, יש מלא אנשים. וואי, באמת מאוד, ככה נתנתק. הוא כתב לי שהאינטרנט שלו קרס. Hey, I just noticed that I'm here without Matt. So, welcome
Hey,
inside the mind of Matt with Dan Salvador. Matt has left, so now I'm running inside the mind of
hey,
Matt.
no,
Oh,
I think
he's
I'm
back.
back.
Oh, okay.
My internet crashed, guys. I'm sorry about that. You stayed on there, huh? Can
Me
you hear
or
me?
me or the viewers?
Hey, guys, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what happened after I left, but you were talking about master spools, right?
Yeah, so I was saying basically, it just makes us to use manual labor instead of an automatic procedure that we already have. So we don't see it happening in our company anytime soon, but we are working on a new spool, which is lighter and also, very soon the carton boxes will be replaced with a PT package that you would also be able to see through. It's very nice, just like the stuff you get on food packaging. So no more carton packages. Very soon, maybe I don't know, a few weeks, and I'll make some noise about it. You'll see.
Somebody in the chat was asking about, let's see, where was he asking? What was the best looking color to get in the TPU?
Mm, I think the best seller is purple, but I personally prefer the black.
Black, huh? Very interesting. Now, I ended up with out of the maker box, like a small sample of it, and I tried to print, and it was just so flexible that my extruder just kind of it wrapped around itself, and
Oh, that can happen when you have retraction on. Did you have it on?
probably.
Yeah.
So I'm not. I can't remember. It was so long ago that I haven't tried since. Yeah, I'm just trying to get back on this so it was voice activated and it's not doing it. So I'm having to manually click back and forth here. So let's see. Um, I don't see anybody else chatting. Any other questions?
Jeff Slater is asking, uh, what are your favorite discs you've been printed with toy? What do you mean?
TPU, I think he's saying.
Oh, well, I've only printed I don't know, like the the owl figurine, from Thingiverse, mainly for my tests, and I've made a few phone cases. I have been using black TPU shoelaces, which nobody knows and nobody found out yet. You should try it.
Yeah. If you shared an STL with me, I'd gladly try it.
Well, yeah, you'd be looking a little bit weird with the what was that? Yellow, right? Yellow TPU shoelaces.
Yeah, it's more like a green, but yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody's asking if I have if it's available on Amazon, and in order for him to sell on Amazon, he has to send a bunch of stock to Amazon. Is that correct, Dan?
Yeah, it's true, and we're not ready for that yet because of um, too many pressure of too much pressure. So we cannot do that just now, but it will happen in the future. And I'm not sure if this is a place to say it, but we are looking for a distributor for the U.S. market, just to make the shipping more easy, more fast, and cheaper for USA customers. Even though we do have free shipping for any order, even one filament is free shipping for USA customers, but it's not a fast one. It's about 2 weeks shipments, and we want to improve that to be able to give people like a 1 day shipping. So
I think even Amazon, you're still gonna wait 2 days. But so I guess I did have some ideas about that whole thing. That would probably be better off discussed, in a private matter. But um, I could say that I would like to help work with you and find some way to be able to make it easily accessible to United States customers.
yeah, yeah, it will happen.
So, where do you see a lot of your sales come from?
Oh, sorry.
Where do you see a lot of your sales come from?
Mostly UK market and other European countries. I mean, outside of Israel, because the shipping, even with a registered airmail, it only takes a few days, so it's good enough for those customers. But USA is much more far away, so we have to do something else.
And a lot of your sales are online and stuff like that?
99%. We do have a factory store. People come there almost every day. I think most of them come for fun, but we also held special events on every Friday. You remember you asked me once on Facebook, "Hey, what's that?" And then I told you we have those things on Fridays, and but 99% is online.
So I was actually going to ask that question. So you actually have a storefront where people can walk in and see a wall of filament.
Yeah, sure, a big one.
Oh man, that sounds like it would be fun. Just to go and I mean, when I was got to backstage kind of access to see me CNC, they had like a shelf like I have in the background, but like all through this warehouse. If you watch the video, it's just like filament on top of filament on top of filament on top of filament. It's like,
Yeah, we keep like I don't know, like 3 or 4 tons inside the store at any given time, so you can get lost from the wall. I'll post a picture.
that would be great. That would be great.
Yeah.
So now, also, just for all those that are watching, Tesla has a YouTube channel. You can check that out. There's a link to it on my uh, YouTube site on the featured, as well as if you just search for it and subscribe to him. Uh, I know he likes to do like a giveaway once in a while and stuff like that, and he'll post it on the videos. He also has a Facebook page, a website, so check all those places out. I'll make sure that there's links in all my videos from this point forward, because it's not like an official that they're sponsoring me, but they've given me enough free product to review at this point that I can say that this video will be sponsored by Tesla Filament.
Yeah.
And I super appreciate it. Me too. You got it. So I got the chat working back up. Um, yeah, maybe I could be a reseller of which I've thought about it. It'd just be a matter of the logistics of trying to get a big container of stuff over here. He said tons. Yes. Could you imagine having tons of filament just like laying around?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about.
Let's see. There's cheap tickets now to Israel. They DDDD said. So the weather over there right now is pretty nice, huh?
It's been about 32, 33 degrees. But on Saturday we had some rain. It was very nice. But basically, it's pretty hot all day, all the year long. I don't recommend.
Red light 34 just said that he just ordered a roll of the purple TPU, and he's going to let you know what he thinks about it when he gets it.
Perfect. Thank you.
Nice.
And I'll make sure to put some extra goodies for every purchase that will happen during this live stream.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to
guys.
talk about maybe like some kind of code or something I can, give out to my viewers so that, they can, I don't know.
Yeah,
Just
sure. We can do that. No problem.
I don't like to ask for things, but I have thrown myself out there and put myself out and asked. And
hey, I envy you. I wished I could have been together with you in the GearBest 3D PC booth at Murph and see all of my favorite YouTubers like Jerry Berg and the 3D printing nerd and Tom and some others. But hey, now that we've got each other, so I'm happy. I don't need any of them. Yeah.
now you actually put me on your website. I really appreciate that. You're calling me a famous YouTuber, and I'm at the top
Yeah,
of the
and
list.
you're the first one.
I saw that. I appreciate that. You humble me. Because I would have never thought, like I was talking to Jim. Jim's a good close buddy of mine through the community, but he's like, really making it happen, man. I'm happy for you. So who would have thunk that a year ago, I'd have been at 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah. I'm actually trying to get our YouTube channel to get some more subscribers, just to get some awareness and to get some cool stuff posted. So we have a promotion that whoever will be the 500th subscriber will get 5 kilograms of filaments of his choice from any kind of filament that we make, including shipping. And so we are at 202 or something like that. So
Okay, but just to throw that out there, you have to actually like have it enabled so that it tells who
yeah, I have it.
is subscribing.
I know which one is the guy who subscribed when. I mean, you can see that.
Okay. As long as you have a way, that's awesome. But so if you didn't hear that, guys, don't wait to
There's
be
a
the
way you can
500
see that.
subscriber. It's that 100, that 500 guy is just going to be sitting there waiting.
Well, if there's a glitch, then we can give it away for 3 or 4 people. It's okay. no problem.
Well, what you should do is do like a Gleam giveaway or something where people have to subscribe, and once you hit that 500 subscribers, then it'll randomly pick.
Well, you know, we had the same thing happening when we hit 100, and the guy just screenshotted the actual 100. Hey, I'm 100, so he got it.
That's okay. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. When you click on
Yeah.
it, you got to screenshot it.
Yeah.
Nice. So, anybody else have any questions for this this guy who makes awesome filament, uses it, he prints, he designs? Now, how do you have printers at home, Dan?
I do not. Come on, I see them like for 12 hours every day at work. So, but I've got some prints here. I can show you. You want to see what I have printed at home?
Sure.
Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I've got a miniature Moai. That's a very small one, made from PLA wood. It's very small, and I've got
the one you sent me is smaller.
I sent you a tiny PTG orange one, I think. And I have this vase. Oh yeah. That's right. That's right.
This guy is pretty small.
Just to show you how small detailed you can get with the PTG. And I think that fish glows in the dark, by the way.
Say that again?
The fish, the white one, I think it glows in the dark.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Yeah, my UV light is stopped working for a second, but I have a UV light that pretty much shows it off. So, what else you got?
I've got this vase. I like it. So, just a vase. And oh, I got some weights for sports. What? Hang on. And I've got toothpaste squeezer.
Oh, cool.
I've got something some cup which I made by myself to put my toothbrush
in the bathroom.
And
next time we're going to take a tour of the shop instead of your bathroom, okay?
Yeah, I told you we should change the time. I have this something silly I made. This is a magnet, and you hang that, and then you clip your iPhone to it.
Oh,
so
cool.
I didn't get around to. Yeah, I didn't get around to hanging it yet. And all the rest are pretty boring, I think.
I actually have a toothpaste thing and a cup holder, but actually this guy right here is in my bathroom, something like that, but in white.
Ooh.
Um, let's see. I got like my shirt.
Yeah, I love that shirt.
So, what you gonna do for the rest of your evening, Dan?
I'm going to bed.
You going to bed?
Yeah, it's been a long day.
It's pretty late.
Not so much, but I got the hours mixed up. I thought that we are going to do this thing like 12 hours from now, and, and
Oh,
um
1 o'clock in the morning, my time.
uh anyway, I got the timing confused, but it's been a great interview, and I really enjoyed it, and I think we should do it again. Maybe we can do something cool, like I don't know, like an international print job. Like maybe I can start something here, send it to you, and you can finish it.
That we talked about that before, and the logistics of lining it up on the build plate is going to be the key. You know,
I've got it figured out. I've got it figured out. Um, we can use something that we use in CNC machinery to calibrate the milling part. Uh, don't worry, we can do it.
hey, if you got the logistics and I'll play along. I'll do whatever.
No problem.
I'm down.
Okay, we can do that. Maybe that will be the next. Wait, but how are you going to do it live streamed? No, 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 no.
That'll be one of the things we'll have to figure out in the logistics after the fact.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm just looking in chat here real quick. Red Light says he's got to go be a husband. Um, we're pretty much exhausted all of I don't this doesn't tell me how long I've actually been streaming. It's a little bit different than doing it using OBS, but for doing this, I think it works out pretty good. It'd be nice if we could get like side by side, you know. So your face was there, my face was here, and kind of like we're talking to each other instead of it going back and forth, you know. You still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, I don't think anybody else is if got any questions that they'd like to ask before we let Dan go to bed. Um, if not, um, in chat giveaway.
In chat
Oh,
giveaway. Sure. Why not?
everybody's always trying to get some free stuff, huh?
But let's make a game. Let's make it like a game, not just give it away. I mean, let's think about something cool. Mm,
Hmm.
okay. The how about like this? The first guy that came into the chat. I don't know. What do you think, Matt?
Uh, that sounds good to me. I just don't have record of the chat because I ended up going
I do.
offline.
Um, Mike Whaley.
Mike Whaley. Mike, are you still here? Hello, Mike? Mike? Mike?
I think he's there. He should be there.
Mike? Come in, Mike. Well, he's definitely a subscriber. He's commented it on a lot.
Yeah. So, Mike Whaley, you win 1 kilogram of PLA, shipping included. Yeah, he's there. Okay.
Yes.
So, just send me your your details later, and I'll take care of that. Just you can choose any color, no problem.
Wow. Thank you, Dan. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, love you guys. Okay, so time to go to bed, and hoping we can do it again soon.
Yes, I super appreciate you're giving me your time, Dan, and everything that you have done for me and the channel and everything. I super appreciate it.
Same here. We love you, Matt, and you do. You know, I told you your videos are running on, on a big screen in our production line
Yeah, you
many
told me that
times.
one day you had the live stream on the
Yeah,
68 inch.
yeah. I think it should be happening now too, but I don't know. I didn't call the guys.
Well, it'll be DVR'd so they can always play it back.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
all right, Dan, I appreciate you stopping and taking your time again. We'll talk
Thank you.
soon.
Thank you. Talk to you
All right,
soon, guys. Bye bye.
all right. Thanks, Dan.
Bye bye. See you next time.
All right, guys, I'm going to stick around here for a couple minutes, and Dan or Mike, um, if you want to get in touch with Dan over at Tesla Filament, or if you want to send me an email with your information. And either way, we'll make sure that it happens. And congratulations on your free roll of filament. That was awesome. But I'm pretty much gonna sign off, guys. As you see here, I got the CR-10 up and running, and I got some Tesla filament going through it. And there's going to be some videos on some of that TPU and some of the glow in the dark and some PETG, all kinds of stuff coming. So thanks everybody for stopping inside the Mind of Matt, and I hope that you had a good time hanging out with me. Have a good day, everybody. Happy printing. Be safe pouring.